What makes us different? And I guess I would say stuff like, we offer financing, no credit check financing, or we're open 24 hours a day, or, we do service, sales, and installation. But that's all, in 2018, that's guaranteed. Like every company should be doing that. There's pretty much three principles that we're going by. Number one is going to be your $250 fix-it guarantee. Number two would be your price protection guarantee. And number three would be the second look program, and probably one of the most important. So for our $250 fix-it guarantee, it kind of works like this. Think of it this way: your air conditioning system's not really working that well, so you're going to call for a serviceman. So he comes to your home for like 10 or 15 minutes, and he goes, "Hey, you need a brand new system. We can't get parts for this. We can't fix it." That was a familiar sentiment from a lot of our customers. We would call people would call us, and that seemed to be a common thread. So the way we look at it is, if I send a technician to your home and he doesn't have the skills that are necessary, or he hasn't had the training that was necessary, or he hasn't been provided the equipment or the parts that are necessary to fix your system, then that's kind of our fault. That's not your fault. So we should have to pay for that and not you. And so that's where this $250 fix-it comes from. This isn't one of those types of things where it's $250 off a new unit. It's not like that. This is truly $250 paid out to you if we don't have what's necessary to fix your system. It's almost daring. I'm daring somebody, find me something that I can't fix, and then watch how we jump on top of that to take care of you. Now, our price protection guarantee works on a similar thread. It's a little different, but we've all dealt with contractors before, and sometimes things go well and sometimes things don't go well. And so I can think of a lot of situations where somebody might tell me, "Hey, I got taken advantage of by a contractor." But how many times do you really hear somebody say that the contractor got taken advantage of by a homeowner? Doesn't really happen as much. So what we decided was this: I'm going to send someone to your house, and he's going to give you an estimate, whether it's on services or new systems or whatever we're doing here. But he goes and he looks over your system, and during the normal course of that work, say we get the bid, we win the bid. During the normal course of that work, though, we run into something that we honestly did not see when we started or when we gave you that quote. What's the first thing that people normally want to do to you? They want to go up on the price, right? Well, not at B&B Heating and Air. Again, if we've sent someone to your home and he missed something, that's our fault, not your fault. And so we'll never ask you for another penny, never ask you to go up. Now, we have broken even on some jobs doing this, and we've lost money on jobs before sticking by those guns. But honestly, isn't that the way that you want to be treated? I know that's the way that I would want to be treated from somebody, and so that's how we do it. Once we give you a price, that price is set in stone, and it's not going to increase no matter what we come across while we're doing the course of that work. Now, this runs right along because I hear people say a lot, well, you must be padding jobs. To make up for that, because you can't really lose money. So you got to be padding jobs so that if something's wrong. Well, I can tell you this: we're going to go out of business really quick if we're riding around town padding jobs left and right. We're going to price ourselves out of the market. We're not going to be able to compete against other companies. So you can't do that. So what do we do when we come across a job where we're like everybody else? We run QuickBooks at our company and stuff like that. So we're looking for a certain percentage of gross profit. And now, what do we do when that percentage that we're looking for is a little low? It's outside a little low of the number of that range that we want. Well, we just take the job, we put it into QuickBooks, we put all of our costs and everything in there, and QuickBooks will tell us this is your gross profit. So what do we do when it's below? Well, that means we missed something in our quote, right? We're out that little bit of money, and so we don't do anything. We finish the job properly, professionally, just like it was designed to be that way. Well, what do we do when it's a little above that range? So this does happen from time to time, where this is where people are talking about padding jobs. I had to add in extra money, to cover any losses. Well, we don't do that. We don't pad jobs, but still, man, sometimes in our world, things just fall together perfectly. I mean, that ductwork perfectly lines up. The electrical whip is like the exact length that we need it. Or, man, the copper just comes right apart, when we're trying to replace some gas components or stuff. So it does happen from time to time. And so when we're a little bit outside of that realm, that means we could have done the job for a cheaper price. So what do? We drop that price until it's back in line with what we're looking for our gross profit. And we'll start and say, okay, well, we should have sold this job for, say, $800, whatever this part might have been or whatever. Okay, so we could have done it for $780. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, how about $760? How about $755? $756? $755.50. Okay, we nailed it. We're back down into that range, and that's what we're looking for. So we take that extra money right here and we mail it back to the customer, and we have a letter that we type explaining that money coming back, because a lot of times people don't understand where this comes from. They don't want to accept it. But I don't care if it was $2 or $200. If it was 50 cents or say 25 cents, that's less than the price of postage. I would still write a check for 25 cents because it's not my money. That is your money, right? It's not my money. So I'm not just going to take it for granted that this is a dollar and keep it. We have a method that we follow and these principles that we stand behind, and that's the way we operate no matter what that number is. We look at it as that's your money and not our money. So that's your second look program, and that all happens in the background. So the technicians don't even know when money's going back out, or installers don't know when money's going back out. And that comes into our office. One of the two, Christie's, kind of starts compiling that file, adding everything into QuickBooks, and then when we know we need to send that check back, that's just what we do. We're going ahead and send that thing back. So those are the three principles, right? Your $250 fix-it guarantee. If we can't fix it, we'll give you $250. And then your price protection guarantee. If we miss something, giving you a quote, we're not going to come back and ask you for more money. We're going to do the job as though it was designed that way. And then your third one would be your second look program, where if we could have done the job a little cheaper, then we go ahead and we refund that money back. And I could show you check after check after check after check that we've written back. And don't send us to Disney World. Take your family to Disney World. That's your money. So that's kind of how we live. Those are our principles. And if you were to ask me, or you did ask me, Brad, what makes B&B different? That's what I'm going to tell you is different.